And we're starting it now. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? You do the fucking intro. I'm always doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the User Hectic Podcast with me, Soupy Campbell.
Me, Justin Freeburn.
And we've got a surprise guest on this week. It is, introduce yourself.
Evo Belfast, what's the crack?
So, yeah, man, we've got fucking local rappers and shit coming down. What would you like describe yourself as if you had to put like a bio on? What would you say?
I feel like at the minute, like I don't know why I have this thing about when people label themselves as an artist because it's like so broad. Like at the minute, I would just put myself down as like a rapper, singer / maybe TikToker.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Content creator, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't label what we do as art. You know?
No.
We're artists, but then yet we go up on stage in tracksuit bottoms and tell people the size of our dicks. You know, like it's like
my set isn't long, but yeah, it's more one of them things where I just like viber. You know what I mean? I just do things I enjoy.
We just show up and hope for the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what actually like got you? Just we'll start off with a few questions. We fucking interrogate. Where is she, Mojo?
Is that PSNI hat you're wearing there?
You're Craigavon, baby. You don't fucking. There hasn't been PSNI around here in years. They're involved. What actually got you into so we'll start with rap music. What started off?
So as cringy as it is, I used to do poetry. I was a published poet whenever I was younger.
Pure slam poetry type shit?
No fuck. Just fully
breast milk. The best milk.
Heat it. Lukewarm. No, I just used to do poems in school, and then one day I was just sitting and I was told to go buy an album and I heard the song Stronger on the radio by Kanye West, and I was like, right, okay, I like this guy, and I went in, I seen Kanye West sitting there with graduation, I was like, I'm gonna buy this, and fucking Goodies by Sierra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Jesus.
Bit of a different mix there, but I started listening to it, and then after a few years of doing the poetry and all, I was like, well, what if I tried this, and what if I put this out? And I put out the worst ever rap. It was a freestyle over the XX intro with the cringiest American accent ever.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And
I think we all started with that.
I used to be afraid of my own accent, and here I fucking am now. East Belfast, twang everywhere.
Oh, wow. Where are you actually from?
East Belfast, off the Upper Bridge Road.
I was gonna go Tullycarlet or Ballybean,
you know Short Strand?
Yeah,
near Short Strand.
Yeah.
Man, see, my knowledge of Belfast is Boojum and Botanic, and that's it. Literally.
Yeah, we I only know from gigging as well, but my girlfriend, she's from Newton Ards, so I would be out that general area, So anytime I'm coming from work, and I have to go through Stormont.
See, around my way, we call it Mutant Ards.
Mutant Ards.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm actually from the same place as he, Mike. Like me and him, when we were growing up, would be a stone throws away from each other.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Did you know each other growing up?
No one, we knew of each other, but we didn't actually really know each other. That's why, whenever I started gigging and performing, he turned around me, he's like, "You're awfully familiar," and he's like, "I know you from somewhere." Yeah. And then I worked with some of his family, and I grew up around his family, and he was like, "Do you know my auntie?" I was like, "I was basically fucking raised by them around the way, I."
Yeah. Do you know my auntie? Here, get on stage with me. Yeah. That's funny because it's always weird to say that because I started rap music actually fucking 2014 maybe. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I just took a bit of a break to do comedy and stuff. So whenever I got back into rap, this whole new wave of people had come through in it, and I'm like, what? Where the fuck? Where'd this all come from? Whenever I started, it was there was 3 rappers who weren't either John Sue or Jordan Adentunchi. You know, that was literally it. And then I remember getting text messages from this wee lad right my way who is from Lurgan, who you possibly know. He would give me text messages, but every time I drop a song, I'll be like, "Oh, mate, this is fucking class. I love this. No, this is brilliant. No, keep doing your thing." And I was like, "Thank you, bro. Thank you." And he was a few years younger than me, who turned out to be wee Joe. So I was whenever he started, I was like, "Fucking fair play to you. You're in my wee cousin's class. It's cool, So it's great to see an actual community of it now. I don't know what the actual community's like.
Well, it's like you say, when I was growing up, I went to school with Jordan, so obviously Jordan's been rapping since no age, and then John Sue, because John Sue had came to our school once and used to rap in the town and all, and then the only other one around that time I would know would be Leo Miyagi. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was another one.
Leo, man,
Leo's my favourite personally, Northern Irish rapper.
I was in one of his music videos, him and Dior North. I was in Running Man's music video, and I do a bit of sort of acting.
You look in the video. You look like you're cosplaying me as well.
You're I do.
In a baggy hoodie with a beanie, just
it's actually the hoodie's pure knitted like that you're wearing right now actually. But I do a bit of extra work, and the producer texted me and was like, "We need extras for this rap music video. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Who's it for?" you know, out of complete respect to be like, if I don't really fuck with the music, you know what I mean, do I really want to be in the video, just out of respect for them sort of thing, you know? And then he sent me the name Leo Miyagi and Duo North, and I looked him up and I was like, oh my god, these guys are fire as fuck. I love rap for ages and ages, know fuck all about the Irish rap scene. Like, I know more like the southern rap scene, like Kojak, Luca Palm, shit like that. Yeah. And then, but for up here, it was John Sue or nothing, like, you know what I mean, like years and years ago. Yeah. So I had no idea, and then I was in Leo's music video, and I was Dior's music video, and Leo was featured, and then I went to Leo's gig in the Empire last year, or the year before possibly, and unbelievable.
The Empire? Yeah, man. Was it the big room upstairs, like the middle room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, swear to God, man, it was unbelievable.
What are we doing? Fucking.
I made my first song with Dior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't Mean Highs made it in his when he had O-Block Studios, and he's actually on the hook in the background.
Oh really?
Because I know Leo was actually referencing O-Block in the tune, the Running Man tune.
O-Block, was he fucking from
Chicago, like Chi-Town, like. But yeah, man. So ever since then, it's fucking
Leo, my chief Keefe Yagi, you know. Got some money on the way,
but yeah. So I know Leo and stuff as well, and then just really sort of get into the scene that way. But again, I don't know any. I know HBE is the sort of collective. Hotbox.
That's I mean, I'm so like out of touch with it now, because it was whenever I started, Hotbox was just like a wee baby. Yeah, you know, and I don't even know.
Even whenever I started, it was still before the renovation and all. It was like really small. Like
that's what I mean. Like I remember, it was literally just like they had like a mixing desk, and that was it. You know, there wasn't anything mental with it. And then it was only, I think there was only like Hyphen was about at the time. You know, it was like Hyphen. Obviously there was some underground ones, but I can't even remember anyone that was from there. But that's what I mean. Like, it was fucking such a weird era of, like, you know. That's basically my point. Is I love the fact that these, like, you know, everyone has sort of branched out in the last 5 years or whatever, and people are actually not afraid to do it anymore. You know, so it's like, it's cool to see that. When did you actually start then, or
like taking it seriously? I would say towards the end of 2021, like start of 2022.
Yeah. Okay. And what like really forced you into it then? What was like?
Do you know what it was? I went to uni and done a degree in journalism, and see, as soon as I started, I didn't want to do it. My granda, who I live with, who's been like my guardian since I was born, was basically like, you need to go get a degree. I want to take a gap year, find out what I want to do. He's like, well, you need to get a degree to pay his money. So for some reason, pushed me towards journalism.
Oh really?
And it was fucking shite. I hate, like, don't get me wrong, I love interviewing people. I love like doing things like that, but the thing itself did not enjoy. And then COVID hit, and I was supposed to work for Capital Radio, and I turned it down for my ex, and stayed here, and then we broke up, and I was like, what's actually going to make me happy? And then I started doing a wee bit of music, and I started taking off a bit, and I went, you know what, I want to do this.
Yeah. And then, so, like, I seen there that you recently, like, have sort of blown up on TikTok a wee bit as well.
Just a wee bit. Keep getting shadow banned, like, but
shadow
getting there. Yeah.
Welcome to comedy.
No, literally.
Nothing ever gets views.
Constantly have 2 strikes. You get one more, and then you can get properly banned for like a week or two, and then your views. I used to get like 5 million views a month, and now I'm lucky if I hit 1 million.
Shit.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Only 1 million, God love you.
I know, it's so tough, isn't it? You get like 10k views on something, and I'm like, fucking mate, we've made it. You know, book SSE there, lad. You know, we're fucking ready for this live podcast.
I got out of shadow ban recently, and the only reason I got out of it is because I made a nursery rhyme about fucking Chelsea Schenkel, Heron and Turin. That's
really?
That's the only reason I got out of shadow ban recently.
Yeah. We mentioned her last week in the podcast, actually.
Yeah, she's a recurring topic in this.
Yeah.
I've a funny story actually about Chelsea Schenkel. So she messaged once just saying that she'd seen my TikToks and about music and all. Was I doing any videos? And I was, like, you know, how much would you charge to be in, like, say, a 15-second cameo in the video? And she's like, £700.
700 quid
for 15-second cameo. £700.
I respect the hustle, though.
I've watched video views sucking dick for fucking chicken mayos. Like, you know what I mean? Get the
700 chicken mayos.
No, this was 700 chicken.
Fucking 450 of them. Joke.
Cost 11, lad. Fucking. Yeah, that's crazy. Chelsea Schenkel. I know the one who had asked back in the day to be a part of a music video, who now knowing him, I'm like, holy fuck, what was I even thinking doing that? I shot a music video and wanted Colin Gaddis in it as Barry the Blender.
Right.
And I remember like texting.
What a big ask, what a huge ask.
And this was like when he had stopped all this, was like 2020 maybe.
He was trying to separate himself from
he was like, that's, you know, when he finally got into that stage where he's like, if one more cunt calls me Barry the Blender, I'm going to kneecap them. And I literally was like, here lad, would you be up for like just, you know, being Barry the Blender and put me in a headlock in the middle of this video? And he was like, no. I was like, so, fair enough, you know what?
I'd much rather just be like, no, instead of like, oh man, I'm not free, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
the worst
like,
about it,
no.
he's like the loveliest person ever, so he just like, he's not actually like going to be a dickhead.
I'm sure his head was racked with people calling him Barry the Blender. Like,
I know, literally.
he was in Sainsbury's in Uri one time, and I know someone got a photo with him. I was being sent round like fucking wildfire. And everyone's like, holy fuck, Barry the Blender's in Sainsbury's. It's behind like a bottle of whiskey or something. You know what I mean? He just happened to be in Uri, and everyone's like, holy fuck, Barry the Blender. And I even seen one of his TikTok clips recently. It was like, don't tell me Barry the Blender's doing comedy. I'm like, where have you been, bro? What are you doing, man? Woke up in fucking 2011, like,
and like his comments, it's like fucking, you know, oh my god, Barry Blender does stand up now. What's the crack here? And I'm like, aye, from 2008. Like, you know, it's crazy. Would you ever think about doing anything like stand up? Or
do you know what? I've thought about it, and a few people have actually said to me, like, I'm friends with John Devlin. He like mentioned it, and then Bruna and all, and we're like, oh, why didn't you give it a try? But
that's
like,
what I mean, because you've been sort of in that world recently. I've been seeing you about and stuff in it, and
I've had my finger
territory, bitch. Get the fuck out.
I've had my finger in so many pies. It's like right now there's no pie left. You know what I mean? Like, it takes so much energy doing music. I think a lot of people, like, you'll know yourself, like, trying to see this mixtape that I've got coming out in March. Trying to actually put like a full body of work together instead of just fucking singles. It's a nightmare. Having to wait on mixes, get everything recorded, everything set up.
Would you follow like a theme?
Yeah, well, so for this one, there's no specific theme. It's called Eclectic Evolution. It's 10 or 11 tracks and all different subgenres of hip hop. All different like themes, all different like messages in it.
Nice, yeah.
Because I thought there's so many people who do things the same, and I couldn't, when I started, decide on like one beat or one genre, and I was like, fuck it, why don't we try and do one in every single one? Because there's so many people with slobber and be like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I was like, well, I'm gonna try it all. Like,
yeah, to be versatile, like, yeah. That's a good shout. Yeah. We sort of fuck around again as well, where
we don't really have like a style or anything because we record music together as well, and show some of it after it. We like, I produce everything myself and all, and just literally everything we just do from scratch. Like, I'll fuck with like the odd sample, like, but you know, it's mostly just with the keyboard and stuff that's over there. But like, it's the same thing. Like, there's never a specific like genre that we stick to. Like, one day we'll do like some hype shit, and the next we're like rapping about like fucking, what was that one? Oh, the Milkman one. We were like a song about like a guy. Or you're literally wondering why the milkman's constantly at your like football games and stuff, and like, you know, why he's like, you know, at your graduation ceremony, you're like, why the fuck's the milkman there, you know? And then you find out at the end he's like, oh, the milkman's my dad, you know, and it's like all emotional and shit.
Piss take kind of. And then we had that one about us being just headers at a house party.
Oh yeah, what we're gonna do, like, the video idea for that is we still got the bait there, I need to fucking work on that. Yeah. The video idea is just, you know, that like POV shot of like the body camera, and it's just that, but you're fucking up someone's house while they don't, like, you're uninvited into a house party sort of thing, you know.
And you're like everyone's trying to have like a wee chill sort of afters, and we're just coming in and wrecking like shit in the kettle and all. We're just like mad, like
reminds me of house parties when I was younger.
That's what I mean, like, just
I was younger, 24 years of age. See, when I was young, see back in my day,
like a fucking 80-year-old at the minute. You know what I mean? Like,
you're at that weird stage where you're separated. You can't get away going to Holy Lands, God forbid, like.
Oh yeah, you know, Jesus Christ. If you have a facial hair in Holy Lands, you're done in. Like,
yeah, that's you.
Who's dad's collecting them? You know, you know.
So you're either you're someone's dad, or you're a dealer that lives there.
Here, mate, your landlord's here to collect. You're like, no, mate, I'm fucking. What's happening? Who's got the fry light? You know, like, my mate.
Who's got the white lightning 2 litres?
My mate actually. I'm not sure if it was either in Coleraine or in the Holy Lands. But basically, someone like pissed him off, didn't let him into a party or something. So he like got in eventually. I can't remember what the whole story to it was, but eventually he got into it, and he pissed in his frylight, which he then found out he had been using for months after. So he like poured the frylight out, pissed in it, and just was like, the guy was using it. And I was like, how do you not notice that sort of shit? Like, you're cooking in piss, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucking mad. We were in the Holy Lands one time, fucking years and years ago. We were fucking steaming. Well, obviously. And, you know,
no one's ever been sober.
Never. But we were walking past this house, and there's people out the front smoking. And I just spoke to one of the people smoking, and then the owner, like the girl in the house or whatever, was like, you're not coming in. I was like, I wasn't trying to come in, I was just talking to our fella here, you know. We were like, bit of a dick move, like, we weren't even trying to come in, you know. It was just like, why
you were just trying to come outside.
Yeah, not even. But we were just like, what the fuck? And then we were sort of a bit thick, like, and even the person out the front smoking was like, she's a bit of a bitch there, what was that about? And he didn't even know her. And then we were walking past later on, and they were sort of chilling in the living room, and my mate goes, I left the front door open. And we just seen the fire extinguisher. He's like, I'm gonna go take it. I was like, sound. So I watch him, right, and I do the classic.
Burn down, bitch.
I do the classic fat kid playing outdoor run, where I go, I'll wait down here and you do it, right?
I'll keep dick.
So I was watching him, and he like sneaks in, gets the fire extinguisher. I see him take the pin off. I'm like, oh my god, what's he doing? Boots open the living room door, and I can see through the living room window, and he just fucking sprays it all over the living room. And we're legging it. Like, I'm like, why the fuck do you do that? He was like, I don't know, something come over me. Fucking mental. And I was like, what a dick. How raging would you be? Like, I like all my wee belongings and all. I'd hate if someone busted into my house and fucking ruined it with a fire extinguisher. Like,
all my wee belongings.
Oh man, but there was this girl, and then like we bumped into, like, on the Holy Land. She was all crying, obviously fed it with her mates or some shit, you know. And we were like, fuck, you alright? Like, you know, what's going on? She was like, oh, fuck, I'm trying to get home and all. We were like, take a go at that there. We still had the fire extinguisher. Take a go at that. Tell you what, man, she was fucking
sit in that swivel chair and see what happens.
She was fucking spraying us with fire extinguisher, and we were like, right, fucking fuck off. You know, don't want your mates fell out, you can't.
Give me your phone. You're not even ringing your mate in this walk home either. You're fucking.
See, I've only ever.
You're gonna hate me off this.
2 Holy Land parties in my life, and I wrote a song about one of them. That's what Dopamine Highs was about.
Oh really?
I went to a party, and everyone was fucked. Everyone. Now I'm wanting to go upstairs, just going for a piss, and walked into a room by accident. And some wee girl was there diddling herself for her OnlyFans, ring light and all, sitting there, camera fucking heavy.
Oh, that is gross.
Man,
what was the address?
See when you're bringing a ring light to the function.
It was like it was a good few years ago, and like I just
got the coloured LEDs out. You know,
man brings a box light to the function.
Like, I was racist, so I'm standing there thinking in my head, right, is this actually happening, or am I imagining this? Am I just a proper reprobate who daydreams
whenever
about
you say
this?
This bitch has got extra battery packs and they're not for the camera.
And
You
the
know?
worst part was she turned around and I still don't know this girl's name. I was that like fucking flabbergasted that I just walked out after and was like, did this really happen? Went downstairs, had a smoke. I turned around and I was about to close the door, and she's like, no, don't close the door, come in, someone else can come in, you come in and you can close the door for me, I'm a bit preoccupied at the minute, so you can lock the door for me, let me finish, and then you can go.
Man, you open that door, and like, someone over a packet of Scampi fries.
So were you meant to just like, were you like a live audience?
Pretty much. I felt, because like I was really, this was before I even rapped or anything, and I was very like reserved, I was an awkward person, so I was just standing there in the corner, just sort of like, having a wee peek, you know, because she's asked me to stay, so having a wee peek and having the door closed for her. And then by the time she was done, I was like, right, okay, see you later, and just walked out.
Jeez, by the time she was done, how do you know? Like, was she just like,
well, she turned the camera off, so I'm assuming that
was she like a fucking workman on the scaffolding? Like,
but you know
I got us wrapping up here now.
But you know what? I just thought to myself, and I sat there and I thought, I must be fucking ugly. Because like she's just had like the fucking orgasm over in front of that camera, and I'm standing right there, fully functioning penis, and she's not like, oh, do you want to come finish me off? She's just looking at me. I was like,
I mean,
right,
you're going, go on,
she probably had that fucking like, you know, like set up. You know, that was her like, you know, drop-in guest.
Man, you were just narrating it, going, go on, you girl. But in fact, I used to work in a factory, and you know, like it was like 4 in the morning doing night shifts, and I was just fat, real tang, like, you know, culture. He was like, did you ever see this one here? And it could be anything. It could be someone getting rid or someone getting beheaded, right?
That's our group chat as well.
He was like, did you ever see this one here? We were like, fuck, whatever. And he was showing us it. Just 2 people riding. Most vanilla porn I've ever seen in my life. If I seen it, I'd scroll past it, right? And the whole time, I was sort of waiting for something mad to happen, you know, like someone to walk in with a shotgun or something mad, you know? And he was just watching these 2 people riding. And the worst of it was, there was 5 boys all standing around this boy's phone, and he just kept going, oh, you girl. And he was like, I remember, I never forget this. I was a cracker saying, he goes, look at her, look, bald as a coot. I was like, what are you doing? I looked at one of the boys and was like, I need to go. This is uncomfortable. Like, you know, still came, like, but
it's tough wank.
Yeah, not the toughest I've had now, but crazy.
That's the weirdest thing. I just can't get over, like, you know, like, as if, like, you walking into her, like, OnlyFans videos, like, when Mickey does a drop-in at the PAV.
You know what the worst part is? I didn't even think to ask her name or ask anyone on the party, like, who she was, because for all I know, I could be sitting in the background of that, and it could be titled, like, you know, nerdy camp kid comes in during me fucking myself. Or, I reckon, like, see the fact that there was a party going on and she's doing that, I reckon that this was, like, a fetish or thing, and it's, like, voyeurism in a way that, like, everyone's partying downstairs while I'm here fucking myself in front of a camera.
She's here below, just fucking.
Yo, did you take my Buckfast dickhead?
She's like, this is me fingering myself to Anger Fist from another room.
Anger Fist. That's a banger reference. That is a open up a window in hell.
Like, when I was recording the song, I just remembered Dior's face and Space J's face whenever I turned around, and it was like, I seen the ring light shine. Some girls filming her OnlyFans. They were like, this just took a deep turn.
Yeah.
This just took like a
It's
really
Schoolboy
big
Q video.
turn.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well, that is fucking
She's got the ring light flicking her ring. You know?
And that sort of gave the idea for like for the mixtape, because everything's so different.
Yeah, the album you're doing actually. By the way.
But like my mum turned around to me the other day.
Don't say your mum's doing fucking OnlyFans,
Jesus, no, I'd not be here. I'd be jumping off the bridge in town. Like, she turned around to me and said that
specifically.
she was like, "There's so many different themes here." She's like, "That first song, one of the bars is I'm dyspraxic and I'm lacking in coordination, so I'll dive in her pussy with no hesitation." And then she's like, "Track 5, you're rapping about your dad who's a deadbeat who abandoned you." So it's like just a
That's
complete
the duality of man, though. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what we sort of fuck around and be like. I'd be like, Josh will go, who have you been listening to?
Oh, yeah.
And on the way up, I was listening to a bit of Biggie and all. So I like, when
Relax
Justin
and
asked me
take
this
notes.
later, I'm just gonna be like, a bit of Biggie, boom bap, this sort of East Coast type shit, you know, like hard bass and stuff. And then, sorry, sometimes like the first time I came, you were like, who you listen to? I'm like, BB King, flat out. So you're like, right, BB King, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's sort of
like a BB King type beat.
type
there,
of thing,
yeah.
you know. And then you just sort of fuck around. And I've been wanting to make it sort of like a boom bap type beat for a hot minute. But
I'm down to it.
Boom bap's one thing. Do you know what? See all the genres I touch, I find boom bap the most challenging.
Yeah.
Because it's so like, not even the sense that it's hard, but it's like your bars have to be there on boom bap. You can't hide it with effects. You can't hide it with like beat switches and all. You know, you have to bring it. Like,
yeah, it's all lyrics. Like, cause
Yeah.
it's literally a drum sample the whole way through. You know, it's the same fucking shit that like beat wise. You know.
Yeah.
So you have to have, and especially the nature of boom bap, it sort of has to be lyrically dense. You know what I mean, you can't just be like fucking bitches.
I know exactly. Whereas like, you know, you can, if you get like a fucking trap beat with like 808s and stuff in it, you can sort of just like you know, whereas boom bap's like fucking, if your flow isn't like consistent, then like, you're fucked. Yeah, but that's like, I literally see whenever I go into like any sort of boom bap at all, like I go full, like I can't get like Action Bronson out of my head.
I like Action Bronson.
Yeah, so
I
it's like,
Action Bronson.
you know, fucking like, she's sucking my dick with no hands. She don't need help. You know, fucking like, I got my whiskey bottle strapped in with a seatbelt. You know,
I just love his food reference. He's like, eating oysters.
like, the asshole.
Oh man,
I fucked an Albanian bitch. That shit was halal. Let's Google some fucking. I know. Sorry, I'll ask you another question. So, I'm just going off topic. I'm just laughing at like the two fucking Skate 3 characters playing chess in them. Can I take a photo of you guys real quick?
Please just put it into like, playing chess.
This is my POV. This whole podcast, right? Hold on.
I looked over at one station that were shaking each other's hands.
Fair play to you.
Well done, mate. Well done. Fucking Magnus Carlsen in the corner.
Recording a full podcast talking about like fucking OnlyFans and lights and shit. And they're like, mate, I swear to God, if you touch my king.
Paul to D2.
You could just if you look closely enough to look like two Sims.
Yeah. They haven't said a word of English since I got in here either. That's so funny.
Oh man, fucking hell. What is that Harry Potter when he's playing chess?
The fucking big chess board. What is it? Like wizard's chess.
Oh man.
And Ron keeps doing that face. The fucking. No, Harry. It's me that has to win this.
No, you can't.
Don't do it.
No, Ron, you can't.
He's my just squandered over here.
My headset when watching that personally. No offense to you, Justin. Is would you not sacrifice a ginger?
What? Would you?
When you're watching Harry, when you've got Harry, who's obviously a chosen one, Hermione, who's like the best of her class, and then you've got Ron, the ginger kid who can't even like wave his wand properly.
What would you do if I just started on you for that? If I just lit off and like ripped the fucking mic off and all
just go fully soulless.
No, but I think Ron was in check. Wasn't that what the issue was? I know fuck all the chess, man, but I'm almost sure that Ron had to move. Ron had to move. Like.
I swear I wish I had a fucking second camera. No, it would be like, you know, in like a TikTok video, they've got like Subway surfers at the bottom. Just these guys playing chess the whole way through us talking. I swear the video would do more views than anything ever.
Fucking side quest.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Oh, I wish I fucking had a second camera.
I seen a cracker, one of them, fucking, you know, like it was Joe Rogan clip and the GTA, them just driving down a big hill. Never seen one. But I seen the caption was, this is the other side of the conversation, and the top clip was GTA and the bottom clip was Joe Rogan
Oh,
with nothing playing.
No sound.
And
But
then
it's just
the sound
GTA.
of the fucking car. And I was in stitches, and I was like, why do I find that funny?
Yeah, that's how you know.
The ones that get me
TikTok's
is when it's
ridiculous.
either GTA or Subway Surfer on the bottom, and on the top it's a guy doing a story time with an AI voice. They've obviously put it into like a
Oh, yeah.
robotic thing.
I
And
once
it's
caught my wife cheating.
Yeah,
You know?
my girlfriend has cheated on me. Little did I know, by the end of this, it would be my father.
Who happened to be 3 black guys. You know? Oh my god, that's fucking great.
Oh man, yeah, them ones are fucked. But sometimes, like the wee Minecraft boy jumping about and all, and you're just like,
Oh, and the fucking, it's just him going from like panel, mate,
Yeah.
why are we so fucking autistic?
no,
Like, what the
I love it. But sometimes I'd be sitting there and I'm like, the day is disappearing in front of my eyes, but I want to hear if this guy is the asshole.
I remember what you said about Minecraft. One of my friends said to me recently, she went on a date with a guy, and she goes, she got the ick. And I was like, oh, why'd you get the ick? And she was like, so see, when we were having sex, he made sounds like he was the Minecraft guy getting hit. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, like that.
When he came at me, you know, the like, when you kill like a creeper.
Or like the bong when you die, you hear like the gong getting hit. It's like,
Fucking hell.
I don't know why I keep thinking of Lego noises when he comes.
The wee Roblox noises in my head. The wee,
What's the worst sound effect you can think? Oh, I need a fucking.
I think you know the old man from Happy Wheels. My leg.
The worst cum noise you can think. I'm trying to think what would be like the worst one. Oh fuck. Hold on. I was gonna Google something anyway. So
Action Bronson, wasn't it?
yeah.
There is an Instagram page, Action Bronson. Oh no, it's like fake Action Bronson or some shit, where it's just people's tweets that look like Action Bronson lyrics, and they're fucking amazing.
That's what I'm going on.
the first time I ever heard Action Bronson was when I listened to Baby Blue with him and Chance the Rapper.
That's a tune as
It's
well.
a
Man.
banger as
Fucking,
well. It's so petty, but I love it. But it's so petty. Like,
Yeah, well,
I hope
think
you
that's
get a
sort of-
paper
paper cut
Yeah.
from your tongue from a razor in the bacon sun.
yeah.
I love Action Bronson when he's just like rapping about concepts. You know, where he's
Yeah.
like, we did acid for 10 days straight up in the mountains, started running with the stallions. Like, no, you didn't. Man can't run the lands himself, but I believe you. I believe you.
I was listening to one the other day, and it's quite a famous one. I can't remember the name of it though. When he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with your mother? She got one leg longer than the other." And that's like after him just saying some meaningful shit.
Yeah, it's fucking class, man. I love, what do you call the song? Terry? Is
Yeah.
that the song?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
a song or is it the album? Am I tripping?
I think no, there's a song. Is that off Mr. Wonderful?
It is, yeah. It's the song Terry. I love it,
Yeah,
man.
and I've like went on Twitter here for like fake Action Bronson lyrics. She took a bump and started dancing like Elian Benes. So stupid. I don't fucking know. My Russian barber gave me a see-through fade.
Oh, man. What is a see-through fade like?
Flushing Meadow Park shit. Barbecues with the Mexicans.
But I love
She couldn't see her dad. He's John Cena.
I love like old Action Bronson. His new shit's on. Have you heard his Tiny Desk?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking
man,
weird. He's
and
stoned out of his
and
head.
He's
yeah.
he's like rubbing his head, and he's all like
Yeah.
trying to like summon the lyrics out of his head. It's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
love it. He's
Christ.
playing with a live band and all as well. It's fucking amazing. I seen one of the comments was like, props to the sound engineer because Action Bronson is tweaking in front of that
Yeah,
mic.
they carry
He's
you
like
not
running
pissing yourself
around.
laughing while that's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. Would you ever do anything like that? Any like sort of like lives like? You
Oh
know,
yeah, like if I
a
got
Tiny
offered,
Desk?
I'd love to. I would relish the opportunity. I've just found like see the music scene, and I'm not being a pick me. I'm not being that fucking guy, but like see the music. It's I find it being so hard to integrate into the music scene.
Oh really?
What's
up?
It's like you've got divides. Like it's like having fucking cliques at school. Like you've the old heads. They don't like anyone doing like new wave type of music, and then you've got the ones depending on what studio you go to, and the ones that are sort of like in those sort of groups. And
Yeah.
it's like you piss off one rapper as well. Like, and they're throwing a show, you're not getting on that show. Or
Oh,
like,
really? Yeah.
if someone's mate you've pissed off, you're not getting on that show.
There's politics in every, but at the same time, if you're talking about art artistically, and if you're booking a show, if the person's good, you're getting on. I feel like that's what it is in
But
comedy.
that's
like,
also the thing is like in music, there's like the shows aren't as regular. Like
True.
like for example, I'm booked for the next like 3 months. I'm booked to do like 3 gigs a week. You know,
Mad.
like how compared to like the music scene, which is
Yeah.
like, I mean, I've been to like 3 or 4 of them. I even hosted that last one.
You've probably made up like 90% of the people in the stand,
And that's what I mean. Like it's because obviously I have a different sort of outlook onto that because yous are the music scene.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm comedy.
Yeah.
And we're sort of touching on music a bit, but we're doing it in a way where like we're doing like our own spin on like Action Bronson lyrics, you know.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
fucking
Like,
around, man.
You know, you like even like that's like if you think about it, think of our fucking lyrics. Like some of the lyrics you say, you know, you're like they think they're balling, woeful fits.
Lock up your daughters, Joseph Fritz.
You know, like it's fuck like we don't do like fucking serious lyrics.
And
like,
I was driving here one day, and I just listen to tunes on the way up here, and sometimes on the intro and outro of songs when the beat's playing, I just like riff a wee bit, and I just literally said that bar straight away. Lock up your daughters, Joseph Fritz. I was like, that is such a mental thing to say. Write it down. Like immediately, I was like, that sounds mad.
That's literally like, you know, that's what I mean. We're not doing the Action Bronson shit, but we're doing like that line I wrote the other day. It was like, the pussy's prehistoric. See if they're down on my phone is Coochie-saurus. You know, like none of it fucking makes sense. None of it is good. It's just, but you know, if it's over a hype beat, who gives a fuck?
That's what I'm saying. It's that's the style where it's like if you're making just a banging trap beat, it doesn't really matter what you're saying. You know what I mean? There isn't any Travis Scott song ever. It's the same thing.
Like as soon as I hopped on Jersey Club, I ended up saying, "Eating her honey like Winnie the Pooh, young gentleman. I'll be using a spoon."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry. And so like what I was saying was just basically use are the music scene. So we're doing like we're a comedy scene, you know, like even though we are doing music and stuff and whatever, we don't have to sort of answer to anyone in the music scene, you know. So like even for example, if me and you went, right, we're gonna do we're doing this album at the minute or EP or whatever the fuck we're doing, and we're like, you know what, we want to do all these songs live. Yeah. We could just throw that, you know, like we could just we don't sort of have to answer to anyone because we're not in the scene.
Yeah, you don't.
We sort of just
you're
do our
not
own
involved
shit.
with the politics, really.
That's what I mean. Like people always go to me, like
yourself,
especially see if someone has a beef, see if people beef with each other, and then you'll get messages like, "Oh, whose side are you on?" I'm like, "Well, fuck, I don't. I'm not on anyone's side because like, why would you get involved? Like, there's no one. I do this all by myself at the minute, and obviously, like, I'll have people will text me or friends be like, "Do you want to do a show? Do you want to do a set?" But like, I have no one helping me. I have no one funding anything. I've no manager. I've nothing. So like, I don't get involved in half the shit because why would you?
I think the nature of rap is though that it starts off with "I am better than you, I am better than everyone else."
Yeah,
so
that's
I've had that mentality before. Like when I started,
it sort of leaks in naturally because that's the theme of rap.
See,
like
I
it's
had to
boisterous.
drill that out of me coming into comedy. See, because obviously I was doing music and I wasn't really part of the scene or anything. It was the same thing. Me and my mate Liam, I don't know if you know him, Liam Doe.
Yeah.
Me and him started doing this together like fucking 10 years ago. And his shit's wild. He just fucking puts a song out once every 6 years. But for like, we didn't really get into the scene at all, you know. It was never really a part of it. It was just sort of like anything we did it ourselves and fuck everyone else, you know.
Yeah.
Like we did a show in Lurgan and stuff, you know, and it was all like local people and things like that, and it was good crack, and we got fucking blocked at it and went on, did the same songs twice and stuff. We did what the fuck we want at it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So it's like, you don't like, I think it's always better just to not answer to anyone. If you want to do some shit, do it yourself, you know. That's what you mean. Because it's the same with comedy, man. Believe it or not, comedy is very bitchy. At the minute, it's going all smoothly. I don't know what it is. There's like
I'm so frustrated that I don't even know who's mates with who. I just like everyone. Everyone's sound. I'm sound with everyone. If someone doesn't like me,
I see at this point I've chalked it down to like 3 or 4 factions.
Yeah,
in the Belfast scene.
Fucking divergent.
Yeah, no, like I split it up.
You've got the boom boppers. You've got the fucking new age ones.
It goes based on like studios and all as well, because it's not like anyone like has. Well, people obviously have beef with each other, but it's not like anyone's like spiteful towards each other. But it's like you've got rappers who go to Hotbox, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the GAC Collective, who are all like old school and they do their own stuff. And then you've got the people who would go to like Fifth Element, and then you've got now Tribal King's popped up, and say you'd have people starting to go to Tribal King, and whereas then there's me, I just go to Eulogy Beats. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm so much happier just going to Eulogy.
For that guy, Eulogy's fucking great.
He's fucking wizard. He's so talented.
He was another guy that was around whenever I remember his beats. He was doing songs with like Becky McNeice and all.
Oh, I love Becky McNeice.
Yeah.
See, I've heard of Eulogy Beats. Eulogy works with Leo as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sometimes I know Seabackle does a lot of work with Leo.
I like Seabackle.
His beats are fucking nasty, but they're like kind of lo-fi type, like so hard to like harsh beats. I fucking love them, man. They're kind of like West Side Gun type beats.
Yeah.
I got my fucking face sideways.
See, anytime I've ever got a custom beat made, it's been Eulogy. Like,
really?
Like for my singing stuff, because when I do my singing stuff, it would be like not like professional, but it'd be a bit more like tame. I would go to like Black Studios and get like a ballad done, like fucking songs where I'm crying about my ex cheating on me, shit like that. And then for like rap, I go to Eulogy, because like I went and did one day and it was like, can we sample Paris by Kanye? He was like, out of everything he wants. So I was like, yeah, can we talk? Sweet, no problem, done. Now I brought him in one day a video.
Who was in Paris?
The fellas were in Paris. But I went to India one day and I was like, got a guy from TikTok here, like, can we sample him? He does guitars now. He's like, yeah, no problem. Oh, I love this. Yeah, let's throw this in. Whereas if you went anywhere else, they'd look at you and be like, you're really sampling a TikTok guy right now? Like, really? You know what I mean?
Well, you sample fucking anything. I used to get real nerdy about samples. Like,
mate, honestly, do you know who's really into fucking sampling? This is such like a niche, like a weird, like hyper focus he has as well. William Thompson.
Yeah.
See you play a song, he'll tell you where the fucking sample's from.
Fucking
It's me and him literally sat in the
what a
pav
guy,
one
by
day.
the way. One time for William Thompson.
Yeah, he's a wee dick, fuck him.
Still not on Shane Todd's podcast, but sorry, William, not holding against you.
Though he's like me and him. Anytime we're together, sure, you were there the pav Christmas dinner. He was he literally had sat down 2 seconds and like, William, rap music, right? What was the best ever diss track? You know?
And I remember walking over to the pint and goes, oh, and then I just heard you go, so Dizzy, right? And I was like, oh, here we go. I just sat my pint down.
Like niche 2012 rappers, and he's like fucking hitting me back on exactly.
Yeah. And I were all three at one stage were just absolutely wetting the lugs off each other, just talking about rap. And I was like, I've had this guy once, and I listened to him on podcast, and next thing you know, I'm just like,
yeah.
I actually like his earlier efforts, but you know, like,
I know that's the exact same happened to me. It was like I was like a big fan of William. William was actually the one that originally got me into comedy. Like whenever I first started, I like texted him and he was nice enough to reply to me and point me in the direction of an open mic and stuff. The PAV we've mentioned 4 times in this, and he had like point me in the direction of that, and like I remember just meeting him for the first time and I thought he was like going to be, what's good?
Need to get my oil.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I thought you were going to the bathroom. I was like,
No, fuck.
I can pause it, you know. No, but yeah. So basically, he had like said to me where to go and stuff, and then one time we're driving up to a gig together in Derry and or Londonderry for the prunes and for the East Belfast ones. And
What do you call it personally? I'm very intrigued. What do you call it personally?
there's that Luke McGibbon joke where he's like, I was in London last week, or if you're from Derry. It's fucking great, but yeah. And then next thing you know, like it was the same thing. Like I was kind of like fanboy, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in William Thompson's car driving to Derry with him and all. And he does this thing though. He likes to slag me a lot. He's a wee dick for it. And but he like on the way up, he was like giving us all this advice, me and Adam Byrne, being like, oh yeah, mate, see, getting in, like, if you want to just get gigs and all, half the fucking shit that we tell like to the newcomers,
like
you know.
Me, like,
yeah. So like anything he said it to me, it's just all the same shit. And then on the way home, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting singing "Beautiful" by Eminem at the top of our lungs, you know. And I was like, see, this is like, he's the man. Like,
he
you
gets
know?
treated like an apt. I've never seen this for anyone who like makes content or comedy or music around our way, but he gets treated like a celebrity around the East, and I love it for him
yeah.
because what a nice guy. But I knew his family very well, and I never realised the connections together until like I met him.
Yeah.
And there was one year I was sitting at the 11th, and he came over and he was chilling with us on the 11th at the bonfires. And every time he stood up,
yeah,
someone came over for a photo. Someone was like,
really?
I want a photo. I was
Yeah.
like, do you realise like how many bitches you could shag right now? Just like,
not them all though.
Not
Fucking
the
hell.
rappers thinking about the fanny.
not the one.
Yeah, oh, he's lovely, like, but me and him have this like banter relationship where every time we see each other, like that night, usually I like kind of just taking the chin because I'm like, I'm not winning against William, like he's quicker than anyone. That night the PAV, I walked over, I put him in a headlock. He was all, well, dickhead, and I was all fucking. But no, I love William, like, but yeah, no, it's crazy. The even that gig in Derry, that was like the first time I got asked for photos and shit at a gig.
Mad.
And we were like, we just finished. There was like 60 or 70 people in the crowd. It was decent. It was packed for what that gig was, you know. And it was in a student union in McGee. And literally, like afterwards, like everyone was like walking up. We were like, he's over there. Go fucking ask a question. Go ask him for a photo. And then like people were coming up to me. This girl came up to me and goes, "I'm so sorry. My brother is so nervous. He loves your podcast. Can you like get a photo with him?" And I was all, "Me?" I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there's 3 episodes out. You know,
I thought
like,
you were fucking Gaddis.
yeah. He was like, are you the offspring of Mickey Bartlett and Colin Gaddis?
Boy, the blenders wee fella.
Bald and ginger, but
I'm afraid of getting asked for photos.
oh really?
It's always been a bad experience. At a gig, it's alright, but see, anytime I'm walking around the city centre, 9 out of 10 times people come up to me and be like, "Aren't you that wee fruity lad from TikTok? Can I take a photo with you? Can I take a photo with you?"
Aren't you that wee fruit? That's Belfast for you, like, isn't it? It's fucking.
But he means that because he loves you. You know what I mean? That's
I mean, it doesn't help, obviously. Did you see the video I put up, the gay rights one the other day on my story on Instagram?
Possibly.
Screaming at the preachers.
Oh, maybe I think.
So that's what started maybe go viral in the first place. And it was I was walking past some preachers, screamed the F-bomb at me, and I didn't say anything. I was walking past. I just finished work.
He screamed
I was
at you?
Yeah, just screamed at me walking past.
Mate, I think he was casting a wide net. He was just shouting it at
He
everyone.
was screaming at some wee girl, right? And I looked and I just sort of went, oh, fuck, right. She was like 12 and he's really screaming at her and all, she had a pride flag and just screaming and screaming. And I was like, great, okay, so just start walking. I just wanted my Starbucks, I just wanted my caffeine and then the fuck off home. And he just started screaming.
I'd have called you for that as well.
Yeah. He started, this was before the boycott, this was years ago. But he started screaming at me and I was like, hold on a fucking minute, whipped out my phone. So I was like, I'm going to wind this guy up.
Yeah.
So I just started screaming. I was like, being gay is okay. It's not a sin. Love your neighbour. But I didn't realise in my head how loud it was. And then people around me were filming also. I whacked on TikTok, 1 million views, taken down, whacked up again, 500k views, and then UTV had it on.
Really?
UTV whacked it up. And
UTV put it up. They were like, young terrorist. Young Catholic terrorist.
People were texting me, and I had to wait a week to see it because like my mum's friend's friend had it on her TV, and I went to see it, and it was like, in local news, we have a young TikToker from Belfast who believes being gay is okay. Watch as he screams his rights at the preachers. And I was like, okay, well now I'm a fucking poster child for LGBT rights. Okay, I was just trying to make a TikTok
it's not a
here.
bad thing, you know.
Well, depends who yells. Depends who yells.
In the rap
It'd be-
scene,
it'd be-
anyway.
most hilarious thing if
Definitely
you
in the rap scene.
See, if you were the biggest homophobe ever, that would be hilarious.
If that was all like you were in on that.
just see the guy with an LGBT flag, just kicks him like.
Yeah.
No,
That's sorry. Just on the topic of just because before I forget, I was going to say this earlier. See the local rappers, man. I'm
Right.
sorry, you need to fucking stop taking yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love like that's what I mean. I'm going to the gigs now. I'm watching them. T Mike was happy enough to let me host one and stuff.
I was there, sure.
Yeah, it was.
I
good
got out
crack.
of last minute to that. I seen you were doing. I was fucking buzzing.
Oh man, I fucking love it. Some guy tried to square up to me because I slagged him in the front row. Keep it in mind, I slagged about 30 people that night. I was slapped.
That's your thing.
You book a comedian, especially me of all people, man. You've seen me on fucking stage.
Jesus.
I open every set I do slagging
You
someone.
slagged me. I didn't care. I thought it was funny as fuck.
That's what I mean. Like that, like everyone took in the chin. Everyone went, we're all mates here, you know. Because I like genuinely will never say anything with like hate behind it, you know.
Yeah.
The odd time I've said something on stage where I went, fuck, right, that was a bit rough, you know.
Too far, like,
But like literally.
Do you see it? I see it in his eyes. Go on, say who it was. Say who it was. Say who was it? Say it with your chest.
No, it's more just like you know, I was gigging in like Ruby's in East Belfast, and like this guy was like yawning at one of my mates, like Kieran Franco was on,
Aye.
and he was like yawning at him, going, ugh, and like I came on, and I was like, you're dead, dickhead. That's my thing. I did it in Mutant Ards, last week there. I did a gig there, and I got rode off at it. Holy shit! No, that's rule number one of comedy. You don't get drunk before you go on. And
the same way show, you don't smoke or drink before you go on.
Oh,
or you're
100%, yeah.
I don't drink
that mistake
ever
before.
before I go on stage. Like I had like half a pint before my first gig, and
That's what I mean, yeah. And I went on. And I was like, because Abby was driving, so I was like, fuck it.
Certainly,
I was like, whatever. Had 3 pints of Guinness and 2 whiskeys, and I went on going, aye lads. And there was these 2 guys at the back of the room who were just like being such pricks, you know. They were like, they were not even.
They weren't hacking. They were just being disrespectful.
Yeah, that's exactly like, you know, when someone would tell a joke, he was like, oh, it was not funny, fucking shit, you know.
Why the fuck are you here? Like, do you know what I mean?
And there were like 2 bald guys, you know, pure fucking UDA, man, like 110%. It was fucking Newton Ards, like I knew. And I went straight up and I was like, should you not be fucking recording a new season of Wednesday, Uncle Fester? Fucking, you know, called him fucking everything. And that's my thing, you know. I like to give a wee bit of a slagging to get the crowd feeling like, oh, sure, we're part of this now. And then I slag myself the rest of the set.
Yeah.
But on that show, there was happening one or whatever.
It was happening.
I don't know. T Mike just texted me. I was like, yeah, and wasn't even on the promotion. And
Tim, don't worry about it. Sorry.
Listen, we'll do this shit together. But, again, I love T Mike. Shout out to him. He's my guy. Like, that's what I mean. Like we fucking gigs running shit together, and he's just a lovely fella. But mental case, but he's a lovely fella.
He's the only guy who he could call me anything he wants, and I'd sit there with a smile because it's just so funny when he gets on. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I hate how funny he is as well. But yeah, I was at that show, and one of the guys, I told him. That's what I mean. I was slagging fucking Homegrown. I was slagging Little Man and all. Told him he was wearing the burr from The Revenant. Wearing this coat with a big furry hood and all. I was like, oh, Little Man's in the building. He fucking showed up in the burr from The Revenant. And then Homegrown, I told them they looked like two off-brand Urban Outfitter models. And
RIZZLE kicks.
SMICKS. RIZZLE SMICKS is the hardest name ever. Holy fuck. That's the name of the episode.
I can remember what you said to me. In my head, I have something about James Charles, but I can't remember what you actually said.
Oh
to
fuck!
me.
See, that's what I mean. I black out. I go into this fucking zone where I can't even remember what I say half the time. Yeah, but I know you, so it's different. You know, it's like I'm like, ah, glad. You know, we're fucking. You slag me off there all you want. I don't give a fuck. And literally, this guy was in the crowd with his girlfriend, I think, possibly. And he had like a Justin Bieber haircut, and I was like, well, man, what's your name? And he was like, oh, whatever.
I know exactly who it is, but I'll not say. I'll save you. Yeah, I know exactly who it is.
I don't give a fuck. He squared up to me, but I was like, oh, you know, Justin Bieber got rid of that haircut in 2015. Would you not think about it? And he was all, go fuck yourself. And I was all, joking about it. I was like, mate, it's good thing I've left the car running outside. Get a quick getaway. And he was like, and I like, whatever, introduced the next act. Can't remember who it was. It might have even been you.
It might have been me, because I remember this happening. Like, I actually hear.
And I introduced maybe if it was you, and then I was standing at the side of the stage enjoying the show, and next thing you know, he comes squaring up to me like fucking, like, you know, the whole fucking shoulders back, head forward, and he like put his head to here, and he was all, don't be fucking slobbering, mate. It's a rap show, not a comedy roast. And I was like, have you ever watched 8 Mile, lad? I was like, this is the whole shit. This is the whole thing about comedy. Like, you know, if you book like a comedian to do it, there's going to be a bit of slagging. Like, slag me back. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he was like fuming. He was like,
how are you gonna be a rapper and take things so? Like,
that's what I mean. Like, I was like, and then he was like, don't be picking me out of everyone. And I was like, I slagged 30 people there. What are you talking about? I slagged the entire room at one point.
Every person.
And he like was fuming at me, and he was like squaring up to me, and I like flicked him on the chest. I was like, spin the wheels, dickhead, fucking wind your neck in. And he like walked away, and I was like, don't see any other time. See if it was after the show. I'm not fucking trying to start like a whole beef or anything. I don't give a fuck about the dude. I don't even know his fucking name. I could give a fuck. But during the show, my one goal is to make sure everyone has a good night. If I'm hosting it, you know. Yeah. If I'm like, everyone has to have a good night, nothing can go wrong here. If you square up to me in the middle of it, I'm going, lad, talk to me after. You know, where this is work. I'm working right now. And doesn't mean I'm a professional comedian. I fucking do this. The story
is just be sound. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I mean. I was like, if he had came up to me afterwards or something, which he didn't, I was like, yeah, we'll sort it out then, whatever the fuck you want to do. But like,
you saying earlier as well, you and me being in this together, I got started on that night as well by a rapper. I nearly got into like an actual fucking scrap. Like,
really?
Outside in the smoking area. It was just a rapper that I used to vibe with. He used to think he was cool, and got into some fucking arguments and shit over just such stupid shit. And he was there that night, and I hadn't seen him a while. He blocked me and everything, and then was upside.
Was he on that night?
No. And he was standing outside in the smoking area and was sitting talking. He's like, just slobbering like fuck, and he's like, I'll fucking kill you. I said, do you know what I see every time I look at you? I just want to smash your fucking face and going nuts. And I was just standing there. I was like, why have you came to this? And like, I just put him in place. I just said, why have you came to this when you're one of those rappers who says you're better than everyone? You think everyone here is shit. You've actually called out all these people by name and said they're all fucking shit, and yet you're here. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? I was like, well, funnily enough, I'm performing here. Are you performing? You're fucking down. You know I'm not fucking performing. Then why are you getting on?
So let's write a diss track, man. That's one thing we're yet to do. Like, let's fucking.
See, I love rap for what it is. Like, you know, the whole I'm better than you. Like, but just it goes for everyone in every walk. Like, just don't be a gambler.
See, if I ever say like I'm better than someone, the reason if I ever say I'm better than someone, it'll 90% of the time be, I'll have a song that I think is better than half of their songs, and the reason being like half the rappers from here rhyme the same words together, you know.
But it's subjective, man. I get the whole rap thing. Like, I think one of the bars that we have is one of the says like at the top or already at the top and I'm only here or some shit, right? I just wrote that and I was like, whatever, just fill the fucking gap of the rhyme or whatever. I don't mean it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not. And see, even if in comedy or rap or whatever, if I feel indifferent about, you know, whether it's someone's set or a song, that's somebody else's best favorite song. So it's. I don't care strongly enough about my opinion that I need to share it with the person that. Yeah,
and you're secure enough in yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm just like, you do you, bro.
Like I've said before, like I'm the best, you know, just in like a piss take way. But there's like 5 people I would put ahead of me in the Northern Irish scene who I think are better. Do you know what I mean?
I get you. That's what I mean. Like, they just need to stop fucking. I've noticed a whole load of it. Like, there's. People need to just stop taking themselves seriously.
Have you seen the recent diss track wars on that note?
No, and I honestly, like, I'm like, this is what I mean. I love like rap music, and I love like from day one. I've been fucking. My first album I ever bought was the same thing. Kanye West Graduation. The day it came out, I remember saving up all my pocket money whenever I was 8 years old to go and fucking bad, and I love rock music, and like, see, anytime I see someone taking themselves too seriously,
Yeah.
unless you're like fucking Drake or something. I'm not saying the Drake doesn't take himself seriously at all.
His dick pic just got released, and did you see what he put up?
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't think the world would be scared of my. No, he was like, I'm not scared of the world seeing my dick. I think the world just wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah.
Man, I had to move my neck to see it end to end. I had to only fucking say
I had a tweet that I had to take. See the amount of hate I was getting. It had like 200k views on Twitter, right? And I'd end up taking it down because I always fanboys from my face. But I was like, Jesus, look at the size of that, and it's not even hard. Imagine what it was like. And everyone was like, how do you know that's not hard? Like all his fanboys. I was like, why are you so obsessed with his dick?
Man,
Like,
that is actual cock watching. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Drake Snake, and
it came up on my timeline. I had just woke up. I was saying to Daniel the other night, like I literally just woke up, and all my timeline was Drake's penis, and I was like, all right.
weird comment.
Didn't have that in my hip hop bingo card.
No, I did not.
That's weird comment on somebody else's dick. Fucking Colonel Cock over here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Detective Dick.
Dick.
Well, all I could say was at least we know what SZA was writing those songs about.
Oh yeah,
Well,
100%.
yeah, fair enough.
Fair play to him, you know what I mean? But
But no, there's been diss tracks in the scene recently, and the way I look at it is, one, we're not a big enough scene to be starting diss tracks and to be doing diss
nobody
tracks.
gives a fuck
And
about
two, if you're gonna do a diss track, like make it good. Do you know what I mean?
But
like,
the scene's so small. In my opinion, I don't know shit about shit in terms of this rap scene, as I said earlier. It's like comedy as well. The scene is exploding at the minute, but there's still like a small sort of group of people that you can see are rising through the ranks or whatever.
Name them.
But see,
Name them. Name one.
imagine. No, but even if people aren't doing amazingly well, they're still putting in the work and I appreciate
putting
them
in the grind.
And some of them mightn't have the best sets in the world, and then they come out with one cracker, and the next thing you know, they've got a whole bit about it. So I love watching the progression, and genuinely, I don't think there's one person in the comedy scene that is quote unquote bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The reason I brought it up is because the rapper who got dissed is from Craigavon.
From Craigavon? As in Lurgan or Craigavon?
You'd know better than me. I mean, it's all over the place anyway. Meek N put out a diss track about Rockstar Confidential.
Rockstar? He was another one from back in my day as well.
So like he put out a diss on him.
Through. I sort of go.
That see-through Russian fade. That's what a see-through Russian fade is, man.
But he put out a diss called Popstar. And I listened to it, but then I had some Irish rap news page message me, and I'm just assuming, see, after the amount of smoke it was, but I'm assuming it's Meek N who runs a fucking account, popped up to me out of nowhere, hadn't even followed him or whatever, and it was like have you seen this new diss track by Meek N? Oh my god, it'll blow your it'll blow your speakers. It's the best Irish diss that has ever happened. Then I was like, I'll listen to it when I get home. Hadn't had a chance to listen to it yet. Like, is it good? And they're like, it's amazing. Yeah. It's holy. It's class. And then text me 3 hours later, have you listened to it yet? Did your speakers cry like Rockstar did? I was like, this is definitely Meek N or his ma behind the screens like typing this song. And I listened to it, and like I got ghosted because I replied, and I was like, shots were definitely fire, but sonically it's lacking. Not a fan.
But the thing is, like, the scene's so small from the outsider view. You shouldn't be beefing with each other. You should all be helping each other rise up.
Here, above anything, like I like I haven't ran into anyone yet that I don't like on the rap scene.
The Justin Bieber haircut guy.
Yeah, fuck him. I you know what the thing was? He came up on my For You page, like a video of him, went on his Instagram, one video, suck my dick. Fucking this is what I'm talking about, right? I see, as far as like rap goes and stuff, and I've heard like every single fucking rapper in this country. I welcome a diss track. I guarantee I'll do better. I guarantee. I feel,
but it's the same with me. Like, see, if someone disses me, I'm gonna be on their Facebook. Yeah. I'm gonna be finding their fucking 2012 Tumblr. I'm gonna be coming at shots that are actually gonna make them sit there and think, "Fuck, I shouldn't have started this." Yeah, do you know what I mean?
See, that's what I mean. I couldn't be bothered with the whole fucking. This is what I mean by stop taking yourself seriously. See all these guys. This guys like they're like from fucking Fintona. You know, they're from like fucking County Tyrone.
You really get shit under your nails. Like
they were like working the farm this morning, and they're coming out going a shank man up, and you're like, you know,
yeah.
I'm like, and don't get me wrong, the music sounds cool, fair play to you, but stop trying to act like this is like your fucking life. You know what I mean?
I made a song called Pagans, and then in brackets Fake Drillers on SoundCloud. Yeah. It was one of the first ones I made. It was taking the piss out of all the fake drillers. See, it was like casting a fishing net, right? Yeah. Because I had someone in mind that was about. See, as soon as I threw that song out, I had at least 7 different rappers message me, "Is that about me? Is that about me?" And I was like, "Well, fuck if the shoe fits."
Get your head out of your fucking hole. Do you know what I mean? Say, wind your neck and spin the wheels.
It's like you've not shanked man down. You've maybe got into a fucking scrap outside of Tesco's on a Saturday night.
Just because the Limelight Bouncer threw you out one time, dickhead.
You know what I mean?
But no, that's again, I'm not slobbering about anyone's talent. I guarantee think there are some very talented. I just think, guys, if you're listening to this, fair play to you. Just stop taking yourselves in this light. Like, I've met some of the guys, big scary guys wearing masks and shit. You know, all this fucking like stuff, and then you talk to them, and they're lovely people. They're just like, oh mate, I was nervous on stage there, and you're like, dude, what's all this about? Just be good at it.
I always find, like, see, it's this as well. Like, see, there's people who have said to me, oh, like, I wouldn't like to meet Rich Smicks or Dirtbird with their masks and all. They seem intimidating. Then you meet them, and Rich Smicks is like, he's so fucking dead on. He's so sound, so is Dirtbird. Like, they're so like.
I can't remember which one it was I met.
What colour was the mask?
I met both of them, but like, I'm actually having him on the podcast soon. He's been asking me, so I've again, more than welcome. I don't give a fuck. Like,
is it Rich?
I think. I think it was Rich Mix.
Give you 20 quid to take his mask off on camera.
On camera, yeah. This is what I mean. Like, and again, I don't mind like the whole fucking wearing masks shit and all. There's gimmicks and comedy as well.
There's some people who just don't want it to get back to their personal life, you know, because like, and especially depending on what you're up about, you don't want that.
I was on a podcast.
DJ Provila.
DJ Crackademics is the funniest thing you've ever said. But
shout out Conor Grennan.
Oh, did he say?
Yeah, he made that.
Oh, fuck's sake!
I give that to him.
Can't fucking do nothing. Like, fucking
stealing bets and all as well.
But no, that's like, if again, don't think I'm slobbering about anyone. Don't think I'm like.
He is.
But if you want to send out a diss track, I will happily respond, because I'm fucking. That's what I started doing. You know. That was, and you've seen me on stage. All I need to do is make it rhyme, and you're fucked. You know.
Yeah.
But but like, fair play to all the guys. I don't mind them having like a gimmick. I don't mind them having like, you know, wearing the masks or whatever. I just see that whole, like, you talking about some guy telling you want to fight you for no reason. Yeah. You know, like, I'm like, lad,
and it's the same guy who tells
show.
people that he's like the best rapper in Northern Ireland. He's not got one single song out.
Oh, really?
Not one. not one single song out on social media.
Me haven't dropped a song since 2016. Me and you diss me, mate. I dare you to.
We're coming for your neck, so we are.
And like, don't get me, I know it's a hard game. I've had people the last 5 months message me, you've not put a song out yet. Where's Rise? Where's all these songs? Why are you not putting them out? Well, I've got like 11 coming out on one album. I was like, I may as well just put them all out together. Do you know what I mean?
In my opinion on diss tracks is, I get it. No Vaseline, all that shit. Like, Long Kiss Goodnight, all that shit.
But that's like actual reasons.
Yeah, unless someone specifically like mentions my ma by name and like slags her off. Yeah, I'm not doing
I
it.
Get it. Don't get me wrong, right? But at the same time, story of Ali Don and all as well, cracker. But anyway,
that's like, if there's a genuine reason behind it, like, these guys are talking about millions of dollars.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I mean,
whereas, like,
devil.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Whereas, like, if you're like a local rapper, you know, and you're like, go back to your fucking job at PwC, mate. You know what I mean?
The only way I think a disc track would be applicable in this scene. Again, knowing fuck all about it from the outside looking in, I think it should be like the segment diss tracks, where it's like organised and we're all taking the piss.
When I seen Meek M put that thing up at Rockstar, straight away I text Little Man. I was like, do you reckon I'd get us a few extra views if you and me just did diss tracks on each other, and you and me know those fake behind the scenes, but we're like fully going. And I was like, I'll give you ammo.
See, this is the thing. Like, all the rappers, and we're all a wee bit delusional in our own way. All the rappers here think people are watching.
Yeah,
but your views, you're like, guaranteed. You're like, no, granted, you're fucking TikTok and all those well and stuff, but like, when it comes to like the actual like fucking view side of shit, nobody's watching you. You know what I mean? Like, we're not big enough for anyone.
My TikTok, there's more people there for comedy than there is music. Like, I've been trying to switch out the followers with music, but I it's like seasoning your dinner. Like, I put out, for every 10 comedy videos, I'll put like one music video to just try and get people used to it, you know.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why we're not taking music dead seriously, you know. That's why we're just going, here, we'll say some funny shit. Like, to be fair, Kneecap, for example, you know, Kneecap, John Sue, those guys have a fucking following that people are waiting on a song coming out. Yeah. Whereas, like,
versatile people got.
Yeah, versatile. Whereas, like, you know, it's the same as like open micers. See open micers getting fucking in their feelings of it. Like, open micers is basically just comedians who haven't got a paycheck yet. Like, open micers, sometimes you'll see them get angry. There's a bitchy comedy scene as well.
It's like on the music scene as well. A lot of them get annoyed who haven't been paid or anything.
Yeah, but like, not even haven't been paid. See, if you get a paycheck, you're thankful as fuck. Yeah, you know, in comedy, because again, it's so often, you know, it's like, you know, you might do a comedy show with 10 other acts, but there's only 20 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, so you're like, if you get paid out a lot, you're fucking being nice.
Yeah,
you know,
you're flying.
And like, there's some open micers who get pissed off about things like, why is he getting booked for a gig? I should be getting booked for that. I've been guilty of it myself as well. But at the end of the day, nobody's fucking there for you. They're there for that fucking headliner who sold out the SSE last week. You know,
and if they happen to come up to you after and go, "Fuck, I didn't know you were doing it," or people come up to me before and be like, "How do I get into comedy?" I'm like, "Oh, you just
be grateful for fucking everything."
But just stay humble. Even there's probably times where I've fucking like I went to Prohibition one time and it's
an Armagh comedy show.
I was about to say, did you do Dry January?
Yeah, I did actually.
With the Prohibition one time, I was running moonshine across the border.
Well, I am from fucking South Armagh, like, you know. So
straight to Dundalk, cheap figs.
But and people come out. So what was I saying? Yeah, done Prohibition. The other acts are on. They were fucking brilliant. They just didn't have the best night, crowd, whatever. And I ended up going on last and fucking roofed it, right?
Yeah. Staying
humble, but I done really well. And I remember afterwards being like, walking out being like, fuck, I'm that guy. And then I was like, hold on, actually, I'm going to go to the pub on Monday and die on my ass with the same material. So it's just about staying humble, you know what I mean? And like, people come up to you, appreciate what people say to you, good, whether it's good, bad, or whatever, and just keep her lit. Like, and as long as you like it, who gives a fuck?
I had a gig in November and it was in front of some record labels and stuff the Black Studios put together, trying to get people signed and, you know, see how you get on and trying to get them used to our accent and the way we do things. And like for the promo update, they were like, if you anything you want to add on to it. And I took the first ever time John Sue see me perform, he gave me a quote. And I put that quote on the poster, and the quote was, "You're like our own little Nas X of Belfast."
No, really?
Right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, that's not like, I like Lil Nas X, so I'm like,
backhanded.
It's like, it is backhanded,
and I
but
couldn't
it's
tell
like,
if it was because of the Neos, if it was because of me, or if it's because obviously like there's some music I would make that would be sort of like auto-tuney in that like sort of sense. Yeah. So like, but I put that poster and everyone was messaging me being like, "Oh, I can't believe he said that. Are you not annoyed at that?" And see, whenever he said that to me, I was just thinking, "Oh my god, John Sue's just told me. John Sue's just gave me a compliment, or John Sue's just said this about me and he likes my music." Yeah, that was my mindset. It wasn't like, I'm like Lil Nas X. It was like, oh, this guy that I've watched for like over 10 years has actually like took notice of me.
Fair enough, yeah. Do you know what one of my quotes is? Mickey Bartlett, "Fuck up, you're funny." That was literally one night blocked after Aaron McCann's Waterfront show. We all went back to Lavery's for like a comedian's after party. It wasn't really comedians, it was like all Aaron McCann's mates, but I sort of snuck myself in.
I've been in that green room now as well. I've been part of the comedy club.
Really, have you?
Yeah. Well, for that one in November, I went in. Of course, I took a photo straight away, thinking I was fucking Shane Hall. Like,
yeah. What were we in for? Was it like
so Black Studios every I think every like 6 months they do a mixer event where they invite like record labels and all, and you basically perform, and it's like they'll come up to you and say what they like, what they don't like, how like you would get signed to record labels. Like I had a few come up to me and be like, "Those songs are really good. You're like the wee Kanye West of Belfast." My only hint would be try and do something more mainstream, try and do Jersey Club. So that's why one of the labels has said to me, "Try Jersey Club." So straight away I went and made a Jersey song. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll give it a try." Like,
yeah, that's another thing. Like, fucking nobody will ever tell me what to do. Literally, we were talking in the group chat earlier about like there's comedy competitions and a lot of good stuff comes out of it. Like comedians get a lot of good spots out of it. They get promoted. Like even like I'm pretty sure like Pete Giffen, for example, he has like an agent and stuff now. It books him for like corporate gigs, like $3,000 gigs, you know. And that's what I mean. Like, you're like, nobody's watching. That man's getting paid. Yeah. You know, and he's like at our level. Like, you know, I'm like fucking. You know, he's like, you know, he's actually making money off it. Just giving away your fucking details. Tell the HMRC, Pete. But
Pete that out.
I might need to actually.
I made the worst mistake of my life that night, by the way.
Why?
I put up a questions thing on Instagram, and someone I obviously like I was wasted. Like after I went and had a drink, I was like, fucking, I'm on heavy tablets, so I got even more drunk than I was supposed to be. I put up a question thing. Someone was like, "Opinion of Shane Todd." And I was like, "Yeah, I love Shane Todd, one of my favourite comedians. Love the fact that he's in the LGBT army. What an ally!" And then everyone's messaging me being like, "What do you mean? I thought Shane Todd was gay. I didn't know he had a wife and
kids.
I didn't know he had a wife and 2 kids." And then the worst part was he had seen the story.
Oh, really?
So like, see if I ever meet him, I wouldn't be surprised if he sparked me out. Like,
I think you find that good crack.
Again, see comedians don't take themselves seriously.
No, they don't give a fuck.
There's literally like. I think I'm probably the most like on edge out of them all, and I'm quite chill, you know.
I don't know why. He gives me camp vibes sometimes, and it's mostly the skips, the skits and stuff. And I was just sort of like, I really thought he was, and
that's
apparently
so
not.
Yeah, well, I know. I remember.
I'm gonna say that to him next time. I can go, but like, Are you gay, man? Fucking not Robert. Evo Belfast told me you were gay.
It's the same way as I put up the other day on my story. They were like, whose podcast would you love to go on? So I tagged him and William Thompson, and then I had like a few people message William Thompson, and then one of them sent me a screenshot of what he had said back, and he was like, oh fuck, I'll take the hint now. He's really fucking sending everyone, isn't he? And I was sitting there, I was like, fuck, I didn't want them all to message you, but here, it gets the hint across.
I've had worse run-ins with Shane Todd. Like, I've had times where, like, the first time I met Shane Todd, back when I was still open mic, but like whenever I was like really deep in the open mic, 6 months in or whatever, I met him for the first time, and he like went, oh well mate, what's your name? And I was like, oh Justin. And he was like, how long are you doing the night, how long are you doing the night, Jason? And I went, sorry, it's Justin. And I was like, I'm fanboying Shane Todd. Like, I was always a big fan of him, but I'm not going to kiss any ass. I'm like, if you get my name wrong, I'm going to tell you. Not in a dickish way. I'm just going to go, Justin. You know, like, I'm sorry, it's Justin. And he was like, he like turned around to Johnny Bo, and I was fuming because I love Johnny Bo. He's like, best mate. And he turned around and he was like, I was just trying to be nice to him. And I was like, oh. And then, like, one time in the Lavery's green room, funny enough, I wasn't on or anything, I was just down for the crack. And him and Kieran Bartlett were there, and everyone was joking about. And he probably doesn't even remember this. This was the funny thing about it. He probably be like, did that even happen? But like, we were like all joking about something, and or about like rock music, and talking about the new Metallica album and stuff. And Shane turned around and went, oh, I was listening to AC/DC on the way down here. Everyone laughed, and I went, Aki's just trying to fit in. And he went, who are you? And I went, oh fuck, Jesus.
Yeah, he just got teased.
That's just, you're getting done by a comedian sometimes. You just take your lumps, like. But I think that's kind of Shane's humor, because I remember 100%. he had a news. I remember listening to a podcast a while ago when he said him and Dave were getting some sort of newspaper bit about them or whatever, right. And Shane, it was about the radio show they were doing or some shit, or might have been years ago, whatever. And the person interviewing them for the newspaper was asking him about Dave, and he was like, Dave actually left his job as a butcher to like be a comedian and all. It was just pure lies, like, you know, just taking the absolute piss.
That's so funny, because Dave actually, his job before was like working for like the housing executive,
civil servant or something.
Yeah, but like he was like the one that went to your door and went, lad, stop sunbathing naked on your roof. You know, like that was his job, and I'm like, that's crazy to think that.
Yeah. But I think it's just a piss take. Like, even in the green room of like whenever we're in places and like someone slags you, I just be like, ass cracker. Like, I don't take anything seriously.
100%.
The nature of comedy. See, whenever like, I like to think I'm a, like, you know, sound, chill, funny guy all the time, but see, especially when I'm going to a comedy show, I'm like, right, comedy mode on. I'm gonna shoot the shit, take the piss, and not take anything seriously. If someone comes after me with actual, like, you know, advice or whatever, I'm like, yeah, cool, but always in my head I'm like, right, funny mode on, you know what I mean? So I don't really give a fuck, like, it's just chill.
See, I've met loads of celebrities over doing journalism in the past, loads of rappers. Now I never really get starstruck, like Tech9, KSI, fucking Maureen Lipman.
That's right, you said you met Tech9. I'm the biggest Tech9 fanboy ever.
I'll tell you about that in a second.
Was it in Dublin?
No, I was in Manchester interviewing people.
I went to see him in Dublin in like 2019.
He's fucking class. Sick. But I got starstruck by Kieran Bartlett.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was walking down Botanic Avenue, and he was in some like wee Nordic cafe, right?
And he go, no, fuck up, no.
I know the one about Cafe O.
Yeah, and so like I was walking past, and he was sitting with people eating this food, and I was like, I'm not going to disturb him while he's eating, like. But me and my mum love him, and I really wanted to go and ask for his help, but instead I just went up to him really awkwardly, and rather than just like saying hello or saying I want a photo or whatever, he was in the window, and I stood outside the window, and I just went, as if he fucking knows me, and then I sent him this message after, which I sent to William. Do you want to read this out?
Hi mate, just in case you were wondering. Hi mate, just in case you were wondering who the wee fruit with painted nails was, who just gave you a thumbs up. It was me, and I was a wee bit starstruck, and I'm now cringing at myself. Thought it'd be more appropriate than coming in and being like, you're me and my man's favourite comedian. You know what? You beat him to the jump by calling yourself wee fruit.
He's probably sitting there saying,
he was like, what the fuck about Lil Nas X, the Botanic Avenue? Botanic, what is it?
See if like he'd have caught you as well, man, he'd have been like, I'll fucking tarmac your back, dickhead, you know. Like, no, we'd see genuinely outside, like off stage, he's the loveliest person.
I don't know why, like it was just because he was there, and I've never been starstruck or ever been nervous, and I just fucking froze, and I was like,
it's one of the things where if you do bump into someone that got there, like I went to the town hall in Uri, and I know
flex.
No, I just went just as like, you know, a patron, you know, and I know Leanne and Darren, obviously the Ramacuis, and I just goes, I'll pop my head into the green room here, pop my head in, there's Aaron McCann, Mark McCartney, Teresa Livingston and all that, and like I was like, Well, I met Aaron one odd time in McCooey's, and I just like, oh well, folks, how's getting on? All good, all good. In the back of my head, I'm like, holy fuck, this is mad. But then I was like, don't be weird. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's chill and it's all good. But I've listened to Kieran Bartlett and all for ages. All of them on the podcast. You know, take your fucking pick of the comedian. Like, you know. Yeah. And played Kieran Bartlett on No Blasters. Hammered him 5 times. That's what I actually know. I hammered him 4 times. He beat me once. But
did you actually like play him like on
No Blasters? Like, as a patron, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
that's unreal.
I was gigging at McCooey's and he was there, and we were in the green room, and I was like, walked in, I was like, holy fuck, he's here. And I was like, it's fine, we're peers now, it's cool. You know what I mean? And I was just talking to him, and then I was like, did you enjoy that hammering I give you? He was like, oh mate, sat up now. He was like, you dicked me. And we were just shooting the shit about it, and I was like, oh, you're just like, I always knew this, but you're just cool guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's
one thing. Like, see, getting into comedy, I don't get starstruck about anything else anymore.
Yeah.
Weirdly, Matt Token, the rapper Token.
Oh, see, I'm so jealous. I'm so fucking jealous.
Photo of me, her sweaty as fucking bollocks, and I just was like, bye. I was in your school one time. I literally, we went over to Boston in America, in America, as if like fucking somewhere else, and like. That's what I text you. Boston, massive, huge tits. We went there, and I was like in this school, and they were like, oh, so what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm a rapper, you know. Yeah. And like, remember, it was literally me and Liam had dropped one song together. With the songs gone off the face of the earth. It was that long ago. It was like 2015, 16, and we were in this school called Marblehead, and there was it was weird. We had to leave the school early because there was a shooter training. They're like what's it called? Like the.
I'm sorry, I would not want you in my classroom if there was a shooter.
Oh man, that's fucking.
You'd throw me. Would you not imagine him sitting there and the shooter comes in? He'd throw you in front of him and be like,
man, walk in with a gun and Justin be like, what are you gonna do? Fucking shoot that kid?
That's Call of Duty. There's no kill streak here.
You try to get a nuke that kid?
No, fuck, he's one shot.
Tell you the wee autistic fella, he's quick as lightning, bro.
He has no plates left.
I'm so fucking
I've got a self-raise, walk away.
Yeah, but
I can't believe you've met Token. Like, I was supposed to interview him before COVID, and then that all went to fucking shit.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's when I met him, and he literally was like, I was in the school, and the girls were like taking us around. We're like, oh, there's a rapper that goes to our school, and I was like, oh, really? That's cool. I might have heard of him. What's his name or whatever? And they were like, I don't know. He's not that famous. And I was like, oh, what's his name? And they went, his rap name's Token, and I was like, what? I was like, and next thing you know, they're showing me videos of him, and I was like. Token, they were like, yeah, he's not in school at the minute, and I was like, he's doing support for Hobson and Joyner Lucas right now.
How is he not like? How is this not registered for you? That he's actually getting there. Like,
I was like, how stupid is that they're like, oh, you wouldn't really know him, and he's literally on tour with like Joyner Lucas, like who's like fucking huge at the minute, you know. It's
like when people say to me around here, like they don't know who Versatile is. I was like, they're on fucking tour with Snoop Dogg. Like, how do you not like? Yeah. But do you know how they say don't meet your idols? Yeah. See, when it comes to Tech Nine, you want to meet Tech Nine.
Oh really?
Oh,
was
nice guy. His manager, not so much. His manager wasn't gonna let me in for the interview.
You know what I'm saying?
I showed up. It was supposed to be, so his show was like say 7. I was there from like 3, right? Yeah. And I was there on the dot waiting, and come 5:30, 6, I got a text like, where are you? We've been waiting for 3 hours. They were sitting in the restaurant. And I was like, you told me to come in. I've been sitting at the stage for 3 hours. And they're like, oh, right. And he came in. He's like, listen, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this interview. If you wait around, like, you'll get to do it afternoon. I was like, right, sweet. And I had left all my equipment in the green room to make sure that I had a reason to come back. Yeah. And I was standing outside the green room, and all I heard was, yeah, there's some white kid who wants to interview you. Yeah, no, very pasty, scrawny. I don't think he has much to say. He's with like student radio. Nah. We'll just throw him out. We'll just get rid of him. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I waited 5 hours for this. Jesus. Nah, fuck. So I waited for the concert, waited for it all to go off. See, when they went into the green room, I was waiting outside, knocked the door, and the bouncer was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm here to interview Tech Nine. There's no interviewing this guy. I was like, well, all my stuff's in there. If you look, you'll see the camera and you'll see everything. And his manager looked at me. I was like, mate, I need to get my equipment. I go, so you can either give me 15 minutes to interview him here.
Travis, his manager. Niche fucking reference.
I was like, you can either give me 15 minutes to interview him right now, or it's going to be awkward me moving all my stuff while he's sitting there. And then I was like, and then there's going to be like a whole tweet about how I didn't get the interview. I'm heartbroken, and then I'm going to play the heartstrings. And he's like, fuck it, go on then. And he was so surprised because I interviewed him and I had all my knowledge. Like, I had everything I wanted to know. He was on his 27th album at the time. I went through. He was shocked at how much I knew. I knew about Mackenzie Nicole on his label and everything. And he was like, and I did the interview, and he was actually fuming at the end because his manager was like, wrap it up. And by the time we wrapped it up, he said to me, he's like, I could have went for another 20 minutes. I really enjoyed that. I said to him, like, where are you going now? He's like, oh, we're going on the tour bus. And he was like, yeah, there's people waiting for us and all. And then they went on the tour bus, and I just seen Chris Calico came in, dapped me up and all,
Kelly,
and he
baby.
just walked out so like awkwardly, you know, and then.
My mum loves Chris Kelly.
I've never seen so many women waiting to get on a tour bus before.
Oh really?
Yeah, and none of them got on. Like obviously he's a happily married guy and all, but like I've never seen so many people waiting just for like the idea that he might go. I hop on with us for the night.
Jesus Christ!
That's so many women on a bus, like fucking doing a bus of Slimming World. Like.
I put up my song the other day where I tried to do the chop of flow and everything, and he heart reacted it, and I was like, nice.
Oh really?
I
Yeah.
was fucking buzzing. I was like, Tag 9 just like my story.
Oh, that's crazy. Jesus Christ.
Fair play, man.
Yeah, I only I remember when I was like 14 getting a reply from him on Instagram. This was back when Instagram used to look like shit and all, you know.
Yeah.
And he like replied to me and he was like, "Keep doing your thing, dog." And I was like, "Yes!"
Mad.
Fucking crying. You
The
know?
best one I ever got was Logic.
Oh really? Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube I'll send you, so if you want to whack it in. He was
100%.
doing. It was just after like everything that happened with the Manchester bombing and stuff, so they weren't letting anyone up on stage, right?
Nice.
Yeah, but he was doing a thing for like a documentary where every major city is performing in. He wanted to get someone to come up and rap gang related with him on stage, and if they could do it faster and all. Yeah. And he couldn't get me up on stage, so the wee camera panned to me, and I was standing at the barrier, and I was rapping with him, going fucking triple speed and all, and then he threw his hat that he signed at me, which I still got sitting in like in the house.
Yeah.
And see, as soon as I caught that, you'd actually think I was never born with testicles. My voice just went high pitched, and I screamed. I was like, ah, like fully like grabbed it and all, and started jumping about like a fucking kid, and I was fucking buzzing. And his manager, who was there at the time, like whenever they went out, was like, "Here, I'll send you this video." He doesn't want to meet anyone. He's raging that you couldn't get up on stage, but I'll send you this video. You can put it on YouTube if you want. And I was like, sweet,
That's dope, man.
Fair
Yeah,
play to you. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's sick. That's like again. That's probably the closest thing I ever did to meeting another one was Earth Gang walked past me after the J. Cole show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like I was like leaving the show or leaving the gig, and as if I was on that night, and I was like walking out the back, and I was like, oh fuck, there's the tour buses, and me and my ex at the time we were walking out, and I looked and I seen like fucking Johnny Venus's her, and I was like, that's fucking Earth Gang. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, do meditate, fucking. Literally just off stage, you know. And I remember, like, I was like, oh, what the fuck did I do? But I panicked and just froze and didn't do anything about it as a region.
Yeah, I seen Keith Duffy had a fucking.
Here's one for you, right? Fucking Nathan Carter goes to my tailor.
Goes to what?
My tailor. The guy get my suits off, right? You always see me in his suit, lad. You know what I mean? He's imported. And yeah, literally walking up the stairs one day, and he goes, "You just missed Nathan Carter," and I went, "Was that who walked past me in the stairs?" And I go, "Yeah."
So you're sitting taking a piss in the toilet, and you just hear, "Rock me, mama, like a wagon." 3 shakes.
Who did you say you met?
Keith Duffy. I didn't even meet him. Me and my mate were going to London. He was just sitting at the gate. My mate was like, I can't. I was like, where's like which one? He's just Guy, you know. And he was like, he's fucking from boy band. What is it? Fuck. And he was like, he's in East End or Coronation Street or some shit as well. And he was like, your man. He googled him. He goes, Keith Duffy. He's from. I don't know if it's Boyzone or if it's fucking IS Club Irish. I don't know what the fuck the boy bands are. And then he was like, I was like, sure, we'll go over and get a photo. And he was like, no. I was like, right, cool. I just looked at him and I was like, Keith, he just give me a thumbs up, and that was literally it.
That's another one I fucking the whole week I sent into the group chat. Who was it? The guy from Coronation Street, Jim McDonald was. I was in Rita's bar in Belfast.
Oh yeah,
and I just was like looking. I was like, "There's Jim McDonald from Coronation Street, the fella that always knocks out cunts." I was like, and he was like literally just having pints in it, and I was like, and everyone was like, "Go ask him for a photo," and I was like, "No."
Someone lost him or
Do you
someone.
know?
Yes, fucking forget his
Do you know
name.
Jack P. Shepard plays David Platt?
Yeah.
Dick.
Really? Yeah.
When I was in uni, because we were in the same sort of building where they filmed, and he was just a dickhead. I asked him for an autograph from my mum, and he was like, "Who the fuck do you think you're asking me for an autograph? And like, why do you think that you're important enough to ask me for it?" I went on this full rant.
I had a spat on him.
I just fought there. I was like, no wonder no one around here likes you. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, fuck that. That's like, again, there's not many people. Like, well, there's probably no one on the comedy scene. You can catch people on bad days.
Yeah.
Like, I've caught people on bad days when I first meet them, and I'm like, Jesus. But for example, there's like everyone is so lovely. First time I met, or well, Colin Geddes actually played one of my songs on his podcast.
I thought you were about to say Giddy there, and I was getting or Getty, and I was getting triggered.
Mate, he fucking.
There's another Vaughn for us. Not a fan. That's the only TikTok beef I've had to date.
Oh really? Yeah.
So far,
they're fucking games, man. Because Adam Byrne, His,
See, I like Jed. I don't mind
more
Jed.
beefs in a
It's
butcher, man.
Getty.
Holy fuck you, man.
I'm too opinionated for my own good. So see whenever it
talking to
comes
two
like,
comedians saying he's too opinionated.
see whenever it comes to like, see if someone starts slobbering to me, like not that I take effect, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll reply, like I'll say something back. With Getty, it was like he wouldn't give my mum a photo, and he just started acting like a dickhead, and I was like, are you seriously getting on? And then we were back again.
Fuck
with
up, you went to like
filmographer.
Crumlin High or
And
something.
she wanted the filmographer on to make a video, and she's like, look, you have a few followers, you could go ask him. So I went over to speak to him, and he just went to me. He was like, not today. Jumped in his car and drove off.
You and your
And
4,000
my
followers.
mum was
dickhead.
sitting there fucking heartbroken, and then there was one time he was on live stream and people were like tagging me and all, and he was like, who the fuck even is that? Why would I give him a tag? I was like, you fucking know who. I literally spoke to you like
Go
last week.
have another pint at the merchant.
And
You
he got
fucking dick.
he got really angry apparently from what I heard from some mutual people, because I put out a TikTok when he slapped, I don't know if you ever seen it, he slapped some wee lad's phone out of his hand in the city centre, sent it flying, and so I stitched it and I was like, Hulk smash, Hulk angry, Hulk never miss, and I got like 100k views, and the next thing he was
this is the thing.
not as
So
angry.
like I remember them two, like Getty and fucking Jed or whatever his name is, they were at like a comedy show, big comedy show, and I was in Lavery's the next day, and one of the big acts, not mentioning him, was like one of them fucking douchebags was at the show last night trying to ask me for a photo, but like trying to big dog me while asking me for the photo, and I was like, people who sell out the SSE, mate, you can't big dog someone who literally sells out arenas, like, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, they're fucking weird people. And like next thing you know, we're all watching. So yeah, if you think you're a big dog, all the comedians hate you. So we're all just sitting laughing at videos of you going, fucking sorry mate, fruit. Yeah, but it like literally like it's so weird.
The one thing I'll say in his defense though, because obviously I've said like I don't mind Jed, he is a connoisseur of the local hip hop scene. He's a big Leo Miyagi fan.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
He came to a gig that they were at. He loves homegrown and all. He was really sound, and I was just sitting there. I was like, we can make such funny videos if only your head wasn't up Getty's ass. Like
I know. That's
I know what you're talking about.
Getty and Jed, two like local
panty boys.
fucking
Okay, I've had
nutcases,
sex
man.
before, so I know.
Yeah.
No, I had
Fair
no idea.
enough. Fucking. But like they're just weird dudes.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm
it's like,
familiar with the
right,
names.
so
I just-
imagine
I'm 27.
Imagine Northern Irish TikTokers with a Jake Paul complex.
Yeah, well, that's a
Okay.
really good way to describe
That
it, actually.
sounds
Do you know what I mean?
shite crack.
Yeah,
That's
it genuinely is, man.
And like Jed's found religion now and it's sort of toned down. I don't even know if he hangs about with Getty anymore, but Getty's like sitting there. At one point I had more followers on him and he tried to big dog me. Not that it matters, 'cause I don't give a fuck about the followers, you know what I mean? But I was sitting there and he was getting angry and he was just getting all pissy, and I was like, you really think that you're like fucking in LA right now, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, mate, fuck off, you're in Ollie's. You know, like,
Alibi, free bottle of vodka at Alibi.
Oh,
Is this the
mate,
guy that does the fucking perfume
Yes,
advert
yes,
bullshit?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
mate, fucking, they do my head in. They do that. But no, that's the point. That was like the local comedians. Like again, the meeting Gaddis the first time in comedy. Like I'd spoke to him a few times. I have photos with him back in like 2015 or whatever. He played one of my songs on his podcast and all. That was cool. And he literally, like, whenever I was going down to Lavery's for a few weeks. Whenever I first started, he just turned around to me. He was all, "Well, Justin," and I was all, "He knows who I am," you know.
Yeah.
And again, I'm fucking fanboy, Colin Gaddis, day one fanboy, 2011, watching fucking Barry the Blender videos, like, you know, full circle, folks. We're back at it.
Imagine you were like, bar.
And he like walked over to me. He was like, "All the boys are in the green room. You coming in?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know, like fucking.
And people like that don't have a complex, and why someone with 25k followers sitting there?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
like
mean,
when I
like,
met Versatile, they were like, and they're like big influences for me. They were the most down to earth people I've ever
Yeah.
met, and they could have big dog. They were the nicest fucking people ever.
Yeah.
To the point where when I was fanboying and I was saying I make music and all, they're like, "Oh, let's hear it," and I played, and they're like, "That's I wasn't expecting that from someone up north. That's actually pretty cool. I like that."
Yeah.
And all.
But
You
see,
know,
they come
minority.
from, they're from fucking, what, Ringsend or something? Ringsend and Compton. But
yeah,
it's like they're
Tulloch or Finglas or something.
But that's what they're down to earth. Like, I feel like people who come from a place like pure Council State type shit are going to be sound because they understand what it's like on the other side.
Oh,
I don't
100%.
know fuck all about any of these other people you're talking
well,
about.
from what I've been told, Getty's not like a posh boy. From what I've been told, I don't know if that's true.
That's what I
like-
mean. He went to like fucking not to like make this all about him, fuck him, like, but he someone had said to me that he went to like, you know, Crumlin Road School or something.
Aye.
I can't remember what it was, and I was like, "Ugh."
Like I'm from a council estate. There's a guy out the back of my garden who has a shed with like 200 odd pigeons in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not sitting here with a silver spoon. Like I'm waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Here, boy. Here, guys. Go on. Fucking training those pigeons. There's sometimes you wish you could just go out with a BB gun and just fucking.
The house out there, like directly across, there's like guys who live in it that went to my school now, and they're not bad neighbours. But the guy that lived there before, 6 o'clock every Saturday morning, like clockwork, man, clockwork. He fucking would walk out on his doorstep having a smoke because it was a flat. He couldn't smoke like in the flat, so he went down onto the doorstep. Come out, you black and tan, straight on the fucking speaker, out the window. I mean, blurring all over the street. And this is a mixed street, you know. There's a good thing about council estates. Most of them are mixed. And he literally just fucking, it was just like everyone was just like peeking their head out the window every Saturday morning. And it got to the stage where you were just like, you'd wake up and it was like 6 a.m. You would go, and you would just hear fucking, you know, like flutes and whistles. And you'd be like, that's fucking Declan across there. So
the world is healing.
Yeah.
You think that's bad? Try being from a Protestant area, but being mixed.
Oh, fuck that. Being from Protestant anything is just saying it. But yeah, no, I think because we're hitting like 125 there, so I think we'll just wrap it up.
Can I just ask one question?
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
One of your two accomplices here were asking about your gamer tag.
Yes, that's it. What is your gamer tag? It's the name of the episode, by the way. So
because I used to be a wee emo kid, like a proper like like a proper wee like. I used to sit outside City Hall with people who were like 10 years older than me when I was like 13. You know,
what a weird way to say you're getting diddled.
Mom, Blink 182 will come back.
I keep seeing fucking like TikToks of people being like, I can't believe I used to hang about with like near 30-year-olds when I was 13. I was like, no, I could believe it. That was me, like outside City Hall with my wee fucking Justin Bieber emo fringe listening to Austin Alexandria and
I try, but
I want to kill my mom.
I loved all them emo songs just from like Call of Duty 4 montages. Austin Alexandria, or whatever the fuck you call them, they were fucking banging. Anyway, sorry.
But so my gamer tag, because I've had it since I was like 12, is Upon the Horizon. And that I was randomizing it, and then it was like it came up Upon, and I was like, and I love Bring Me the Horizon. I was like, fuck it, Upon the Horizon. It's been that, and then at one point it was BBS 420. So
I have BBS's after a few Guinness, like black shits. What does BBS stand for?
So my nickname in high school was Banter.
Banter?
Banter.
Yeah. We shy crack.
Yeah. It was like
you were the tout, weren't you?
No fuck.
Miss, you forgot the homework.
I'll
banter over there.
I was the one who I used to wind people up, and then it would get to the point where it stopped being funny, where I'd end up just getting the fucking dig the jaw for winding them up too much.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And so the BBS was for Ben Banter Stacey 420.
And throw the 420 in there, let them know you're cool too.
Took one when I was like 40. Took one like took of a draw 420. I am down with the kids as I was a kid.
Don't be down with the kids, man. You're 24.
Maybe outside City Hall next week.
But I'm sitting here 24, and I couldn't imagine sitting outside City Hall with like 13-year-olds giving them their first can of Monster, talking about fucking Fallout Boy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Then we like the wee makeup things with a wee tiny mirror on it, trying to apply eyeliner. Like fucking.
Before we end it, I want to get from you all and from myself, obviously, but top 3 Belfast and Northern Irish rappers.
Top 3.
Because obviously it's hard to put them into 3, but even by who you listen to the most.
Who I listen to the most?
I'll answer this first because it's quick for me. I don't know shit like anyone.
You only see what I show you.
I only see what you show me.
He sees my narrative. You know? We're leaving you out of this, by the way. You're not talking. You're not being spoken about here.
So I'm gonna go because I know him more than any of the other ones. Leo, and I thought it was unbelievable. I'm actually looking forward to his new album. Shout out! It's coming soon. I hear.
Yeah. Another one I can guess just from. Do you remember the Hotbox freestyle everyone did, where they're rapping into a mic that's not plugged in? And
I was part of that. Don't remind me about that.
And the very first guy that comes on it, John Sue, and remember I like showed you it, and I was like, look, they did a freestyle like this, and like next thing you know, John Sue came on me, and you just sat quiet for like a minute, and we were like, fuck, that was class, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's Leo, John Sue, just for what he represents as a whole in the whole scene, and then I'm gonna go with. Just because of the personal experience I was in the music video, Dior. But he's in London now, isn't he? As far as I know.
Yeah.
That is complete cop out top 3 because I sort of know Leo and sort of know Dior and John Sue because he's the guy. You know what I mean? So that's me out of the way. So you have actual well versed opinions in this now. And I'm just gonna sit here and be like, you know, Leo.
I feel like Justin's deep in thought, so I'll go with Leo, obviously, because I feel like Leo's just the GOAT. Leo's class.
Yeah.
based on like who I listen to a lot, do you know, I'd actually throw Skeet in there. I really like Skeet. I feel like he's really underrated.
Does all your videos as well.
I have these two here do my videos. Skeet does videos. I haven't got one from him yet. And then Wildcard, I throw in Don Chi, and not just because we're friends. I feel like Don Chi is a really good rapper. You know,
female rapper.
Good flows.
Like Filipino or something.
Yeah,
I could be completely
even like when she done that
racist,
Hotbox verse, it was so raw and stuff, and I just thought, you know, class.
It's almost like it's like poetry. It's like raw, like slam poetry nearly, but like just
like
good.
raw.
Yeah.
And I do love a wee bit of Wee Joe as well. Like, don't get me wrong, there's loads of rappers I listen to, loads I like, but Wee Joe, I just feel like there's some point he might blow. Yeah. And then if we're going in top 3 as well, should have put him in, but for some reason I thought he was down south, but he's not. Silva. I make a lot of music with Silva. He's a kid from Newry. He's only just turned 18, but he's like one of the most talented rappers I've listened to.
Is that the guy you were telling me about one time?
I don't think so. I can't remember. I know Silva was on a podcast? Do you know Nick's podcast?
No, that was, I think, Alex Boyle you're thinking of.
No, I just know of Silva because I just from Newry and shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know shit about any.
We're making a full like mixtape for summer coming out here, but there's no one else I think I can make a full mixtape with that would be able to tolerate me enough, and vice versa. So
here's the question I suppose use then. So since I don't know much about the whole scene or whatever, what top 3 rappers would you put me on to then? Obviously, I'm going to listen to all your shit whenever after this, but like, who would you put me on to?
Based on well-rounded, I would obviously you listen to Leo already. I put you on. It depends if you like conscious sort of stuff or like pops and any sort of stuff. Little Man would be really good.
He showed me Little Man. I'm aware of I'm familiar with these people's names you're saying, but just haven't dived into them yet, sort of thing. You know?
Steve Locke.
Yeah, he's the one that always does them ones in Laveries as well. Doesn't he? Yeah. He always does it with like the live band, which I think is so cool. I'd love to do. And
there's a
like
girl who's really good who mixes between rap and singing called Alicia Ray. She's really cool.
Black girl from down south.
Yeah, sounds like she's like
another
a Northern Irish
generation.
She's like an Irish Rihanna.
Yeah,
like that's the only way I could describe her voice.
Yeah, I think I can't remember. I could be talking absolute shit here, but I think back in the day, me and her were talking about making a song together, but just nothing ever came about after.
See, I would ask her to make a song, which is so out of my league for like musically. Like I wouldn't have the balls. She would like I would be friendly with her, but she would just be like,
nah. Shoot your shot, man. Fuck it.
You can't miss. You don't shoot. You know. But like that's like for local rappers, bar yourself. I'm not putting you in any category there because you're the second rapper to come on this. Take that as a compliment. So I do like. I think Wee Joe is great. I think Little Man, but see, I like everyone for different reasons.
Yeah,
like Little Man is very, very 2010, like, you know, conscious fucking, you know, like underground rap, you know, like, but he puts the fucking work in.
Oh yeah,
every time I see him putting out something, I go, that fella is working his wee
always
off,
at
like,
it.
You know,
always at it.
And I think he's great for that. So I would stick him up there. And then sort of everyone's just sort of on the same level. Everyone just does same shit. One that I recently, I don't know how you feel about him or anything, but just talking to him made me really like him. Was MC.
I don't mind MC. It's very, sometimes when I listen to his stuff, it's just like, it's some of the stuff so out of pocket that he says that it's like I'm laughing so hard at it that, you know, like you're not actually listening to it sometimes. Like I've a class lad and he makes some weaker tunes, but whenever I listen to fucking like what was that one he did, Baby Cakes, and so you know, it's like Baby Cakes, you just don't know how much I want to get in that hole, yo. Do you know what I mean?
Like, but like that's what I kind of respect. It's sort of it's like a more smacked out version of what we do, you know. And he is smacked out as well. I'm pretty sure he was on Mudblood there recently. But he, like, just talking to him, shout out MC, he fucking, like, see, whenever I literally was, like, chatting to him, I was like, oh, he was good on stage, and then I spoke to him, and I went, fuck this guy, he's, like, he was, like, talking to, like, they were, like, passing joints right now, he's like, no, I'm not smoking, and I was like, why, you bitch, you fucking, just, you know, joking about, and he was like, nah, lad, I've fucking 2 kids have to, you know, go to work 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, fucking lad, mate, that's, I love to hear that, you know what I mean?
See, you're talking about the scene, actually, my cousin actually raps from there, I think he's called Quickfire, or something like that.
I know Quickfire.
You know Quickfire?
I actually know Quickfire.
I haven't heard too much of shit. I just know he's just
lovely kid. To be fair, he's a really good supporter.
Like,
he'll message me and like send a big face. Like I love this song, this track class and all. And like
no shit.
It's part of that Music Matters collective where it's all like 14 to 16-year-olds, and then you've Kuhan in his 30s.
Kuhan's from here as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just know because when you were saying that again, I don't know fuck all about the same, but I just remembered how I know Silva is because of of finance. So
I'll never get over whenever Silva texts me, and obviously we made music. I used to just send him stems, and he'd produce it and all from his house. And I walked. He's like, I'm coming up with Music Matters Collective, and I was like, all right, sweet. And he's like, we're all just like, you know, we're all 16, 17. I was like, all right. And you see this 30-year-old man in between them with curly hair with his arm around, being like, I'm part of Music Matters too. It's fucking cool.
He's that one youth worker.
Yeah, literally that one youth worker who was like, "Oh, I'll jump on the track too."
Yeah. I used to go to jail for heroin dealing, but now I'm reformed and I thank God. that's the usual story with him. Yeah, but no, I like fair play to the rap scene here. Me and Soup will be a part of it very soon. I think I'm just going to release live at the Council Estate as soon as I finish recording
Send it, man. Send
so
it.
just do like a video kind of in around
Craig
that
Alvin
scene,
cassettes.
Oh, wow. Fucking no, I've thinking of like, I don't know, this is a work in progress so far, but like thinking of naming the project who do they think they are, but don't know, we could make something funnier, you know. I've thought of a million. What?
What said Catholic Guilt was.
Catholic Guilt was the other one. Yeah,
well.
Catholic Guilt is fucking great.
Yeah, Catholic Guilt.
Or Call the Landlord. Don't know what that one means, but thought it sounded cool. But yeah. Is there anything you want to plug just before we wrap up?
Oh, I've got my mixtape coming out the 23rd of March, Eclectic Evolution. And if you want to find me on anything, it's Evo Belfast.
Evo Belfast, and I'll put all your socials and stuff in the description. So share it to your friends, tell them all to watch it, and fucking get this podcast off the ground so I can feed my family. So yeah, and our socials are usually on it anyway. So my solo show in the Portside Inn in North Belfast, 4th of April. It's me. I talk about it every week. So buy fucking tickets. You'll actually get to hear me doing material if you've actually went to the Portside Inn. I usually don't do material at it. So 4th of April, Portside Inn, North Belfast. It's myself doing the solo show, and then as support we've got young Campbell here, young Soupy Campbell, and we've got Adam Byrne hosting the show. You know Adam, you love him, the most unfiltered comic in Northern Ireland. So you'll fucking love it. Buy tickets to that. But no, thank you very much for coming on, Evo.
Anytime, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
a good time.
Yeah, you were a good crack,
First podcast of the year, buzzing.
Yeah, man, and it's getting deleted straight away. Yeah, no, listen, folks, thank you very much for listening. I've been Justin Freeburn. Fucking tell your man I was asking about her.
Brap, as they say.
Press the hectic button.